their plan is coming into fruition today. If we look across California and the rest of the nation, we're finding more and more groups popping up, these pro-marijuana groups, not just talking now about marijuana as medicine, but doing exactly what's happening in Oakland, which is to tax it. It's their way of sort of desensitizing our communities, our state, and our nation to a drug problem that we clearly need to put our foot down on and say no more. Enough's enough. We've learned from failures. We need to push back.
And if this passes, where do you go from there?
Well, if this passes, we would expect that Oakland in themselves may be an island to the rest of the state, because for the most part, around California, most communities, most cities have banned marijuana dispensaries from their cities. For example, here in the Inland Empire of Southern California, or in this county of San Bernardino, there isn't a single city that allows for marijuana dispensaries. Over 117 cities in California and 7 counties now, and that list is growing monthly by those leaders, political leaders, which are saying, you know what, we got fooled by Prop 215 in '96. We don't want this anymore. We see the harm, we see the drug trafficking that's going on, we see the crime around these dispensaries, we hear about kids going into pot shops, we hear about people driving high on the roads from these locations. So yes, there will be some cities like Oakland, maybe around San Francisco, but for the most part, we think California is going to stand up and say no.
What do you think when you hear elected officials say maybe this is something that we should look into? Even Governor Schwarzenegger has said maybe it's something that we need to look into.
Well, I'm of the personal opinion that we should look into it, and we should examine it, and we should have a healthy debate. Because the fact is, when we get the facts out on the table, people will make the right decision. What's happened here is the pro-drug lobby has smokescreened this entire issue with a lot of money to a lot of local, state, and federal elected officials. So they're absolutely right. Let's talk about it. Let's get the facts out, because when the facts are out, for the most part, these leaders know the issues, and they'll make the right decisions.
You were making a point that these medical marijuana dispensaries are not dealing with the kind of pot that people of my generation, for instance, might have been familiar with back in my college days. Explain what the difference is.
Sure. You know, I went through drug rehab when I was 12 years old. And back when I was smoking pot, marijuana was about 1% THC, potential nitrogen cannabis.
Give me just a second. Can I just, I got to make an adjustment
Sure.
here. 2 seconds, Chair.